Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. This sort of thing happens way too often on this channel. I say something in a video, that video goes up, and same day, behavior do something to counteract what I have said and prove me wrong almost immediately. It's like clockwork, it's always guaranteed. Context, in the Adapt Michaela video, I said that, you know what, I'm hoping that we get an update for the mid-chapter and see, you know, them give us some info about what they're changing, what they're working on, if they're listening to feedback. But I know that they don't do that. You have to wait until the full release of the patch, and at the bottom of the patch notes, it will say, you know, changes from PTB, or it'll say it's somewhere on that page. So I don't expect to get any update on the PTB or the mid-chapter before it's actually released. Oh, lo and behold, today, July dev update, it's all about changes to the PTB or from PTB to full launch. TLDR, this is a big W. This is a big old win. They're actually listening to us, and hopefully this is a sign of things to come. I know in the past I have said that same thing, hoping this is a sign of things to come, whether it's patches or transparency and giving us feedback, listening to our feedback, and they just do the counter opposite the very next dev update or patch or whatever. But hopefully this is a start of something good, right? They're listening to feedback, they're changing things that we want to see changed. This is great. This is a big dub for Turbo Stoner and the rest of the team. I want more of this. Just, hey, we hear your complaints, we're looking into it type of stuff. They don't have to give us a full blog post. They could just tweet it out on the main channel saying, hey, we hear your concerns about perk X. We're looking into changing it in the next mid-chapter. Just to know we're being heard is great. Hopefully we get more. Let's get into it. I don't want to spend too much time on this because everybody's talked about this and pretty much had the same opinion I have. This is a big W. Let's get into it. Progression, gameplay changes, visual changes. There's not much here, but we'll go over it anyway, right? Progression. They are increasing the blood point cap per category to 10,000, up from 8,000. Speaking is hard right now. I don't know why. That basically means you can earn up to 40k blood points per match instead of 32k. That's more blood points earned. That's a win. That's a big time win. So yeah, that's great. That's great. That's really great. Second, in a future update, we will revisit the rarity of blood web nodes after prestiging. Currently resetting to level 1 also makes common quality nodes far more, well, common. If your favorite add-ons happen to be rare or very rare, prestiging may have made collecting them difficult. This change will make it easier to find a wide variety of add-ons, both lower and higher rarities. Yeah, most killers' best add-ons, or the ones I use at least, are brown and yellow. But sometimes you want iridescent flesh for Booba, or the one spirit add-on. It's an iridescent. You can see blood pools, but instead of scratch marks. Whatever that one is, I don't remember what it is. So this is a pretty big dubski. I know a lot of Blight and Nurse add-ons are green and purples. This might make it easier to play them, but I think we might see some change to them because there's a lot of discussion lately in the community about Blight and Nurse add-ons and their strength. Hopefully, again, we get feedback. They say in a future update. I'm hoping this means we'll get like a mini update in a couple weeks. Hopefully it's before the next chapter in a month. Yeah, in like a month and a half. So hopefully we don't have to wait a month and a half. Hopefully it's some little update, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. I don't know how simple this is to change, but we'll see. Another W. Beyond add-ons, we received some feedback of the cost of prestiging. Oh, have you? In the PTB, the Prestige node costs 50k blood points. While it may not sound like much, you literally just said up here that as of right now, you can only get 32k max per match if you play out of your goddamn gourd and play perfectly, and you're only raising it to 40k. That's a lot of blood points. But I digress. It could take several games to afford. We are reducing the cost of this node to 20k blood points to make prestiging a little smoother. I would suggest and highly recommend yeeting that price tag out the fucking window to the freeway, or whatever you have in Canada. Fucking yeet it into the tundra, because it should be the same price as it is currently to prestige, which is no blood points and a whole 3 seconds of holding a button down. But hey, this is a big W. This is reducing it by a full 30%, I think, around 30%, so good on you. Speaking of blood points, the 1 million cap has been a long topic for a discussion, and we felt it a fitting time to revisit it. We are raising the cap to 2 million blood points. That is great. There's no reason for it to have a cap, but doubling the cap right now is pretty good. Finally, we made a tweak to our catch-up mechanic, which rewards you bonus prestige levels based on your progress prior to the overhaul going live. This is based on the number of perk tiers you have collected on the character as well as their prestige. In the PTB, you are rewarded 1 bonus level for each prestige your character had prior to PTB. For the full mid-chapter release, we have increased it to 2 bonus prestige levels. This means if your character was prestige 3 before the update, they are guaranteed to be prestige 9 after the update, granting all the new rewards immediately. All new rewards. Bro, there's nothing. There's nothing of worth in that. But that's cool. This really doesn't apply to me because, check my notes here, none of my survivors are prestiged at all, and only about 4 of my killers are prestiged. 5, maybe. So, this one doesn't really relate to me, but that's cool, I guess. It's whatever. On to gameplay changes. The endurance meta, that thing that everybody was freaking out about for no reason. Yeah, they don't have to freak out about it anymore. They're making changes. The endurance effect will no longer protect you from going down if you already have deep wound status effect. That means borrowed time, or I guess borrowed time light, the new base kit borrowed time. If you get hit with that, you can no longer take another protection hit due to dead hard. New dead hard, I guess, or off the record, or whatever, I guess, styptic agent. You know, if you have a deep wound status effect applied to you, you can no longer take another hit. So, this effectively limits the number of hits you can avoid with endurance to 1 until you mend your wounds, keeping it as powerful effect that can be included on various perks while providing a hard limit to how powerful it can be. As a note, you can still gain the endurance status effect while you have deep wounds. This is intended. While it won't prevent you from avoiding a hit, it will take effect if you're able to mend your wounds while the effect is still active. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm in the same lane as Scott Jund on this one. I wasn't really worried about the endurance meta, because if they're really stacking up all of those perks, they're probably on their 3rd hook at that point anyway, so I wasn't really worried about it. But now, I don't have to worry about it even less. Perks, though. Let's talk about perks. They're changing some things. Spine Chill, TLDR, they don't want this to be an accessibility option for too long, but when it does release, it will have a visual indicator to Spine Chill's icon that displays the terror radius's strength. I will be testing that out. I am an avid Spine Chill user. I am hard of hearing, but I do not use it for what they are saying a lot of people do use it for. I can see why people use it, though. So I'm curious how this display will work. Will it glow different colors to tell you, like, if it's bright red, they're within 10 meters? I'm curious. I will be testing all of these on channel. Right? Every perk change, everything. I'll test the new Spine Chill, the new Dead Hard, the new Off the Record, Overcharge, Botany, Distortion. All of it, right? They say in the future they want to revisit this perk and implement a permanent solution that does not require a perk. I don't know how they would do that. I think they have to kind of balance like it being an accessibility option for those of hard of hearing or even those deaf people out there that are playing the game. And the people that are gonna turn that option on and be like, haha, now I know where the killer is at all times. You know, the shitlords, right? Tune it to be an accessibility option for the deaf and hard of hearing, and not to the shitlords. That's the goal, I hope. Dead hard. Now dead. Harder. They've halved the status effect duration. It was 1 second on PTB. At full release, it will be 0.5 seconds. Requiring more precise timing for use. Nobody's using it. It's dead. It is straight up deceased, dead in the ground, 6 feet under. It's dead. Balance aside, we've also heard feedback on the dead hard animation. It's a dab. They're going to replace it because apparently they were upset with people making fun of it. I say just go harder with it and replace the normal dab that you do with a Jax Films like deep dab. Just get down there, fucking Jacko pose with that shit. Dead Hard's dead. I don't think it needed this nerf, but hey, now I don't have to worry about Dead Hard. Cool. I was already like dedicated on replacing Dead Hard as my exhaustion perk. Life is stupidly good, but nobody fucking uses it. I love it, so that's my go-to. Anywho, off the record, this now is going to be like Decisive Strike. People had the very big concern that this was going to be the new Decisive Strike, where you get unhooked when the door is open and it's a free escape. They said no. They said no. This perk will deactivate and remove its effect once the gates are powered, so if you are on hook, if you get unhooked and that last gen pops, say goodbye to Off the Record. You will no longer have Endurance, the same way you will no longer have Decisive Strike. So, yay. It's also going to be counted as, yeah. As with all endurance effects, the effect is cancelled prematurely if you perform a conspicuous action. Fun fact, I am thinking about running Off the Record with that one Steve perk. The one when you get unhooked, or you unhook yourself, you are broken, and then 25 seconds later, you are full healed. That's my plan. I wonder if it will work. Probably? Maybe. Overcharge. This is the one I'm the most curious about. I don't think it should have gotten this hit, or at least hit as bad. Currently on the PTB, the regression goes from 100% speed to 400% speed over 30 seconds, sorry. 30 seconds. They know it's being paired with Call O'Brien for upwards of 600% regression. Woof, that's a lot. But for full release, it's being toned down, starting regression at 75% speed and increasing to 200%. I think this should have been left at 100% speed. Percent is a hard word to say. Did you know that? Apparently it is for me. 75% maxing out at 200. I think it should have been 100. That's just me. I can see where they're coming from. Obviously, people are using Call O'Brien with it to get massive amounts of regen. But I can also see them having the line of thinking that you kick the gen, a survivor gets on it, that survivor is tested with a tremendously hard skill check. If they fail that skill check, which is very possible if you're not expecting it, the gen pops, it explodes, losing progress and starts regressing. So I can see them being like, okay, that effect on it is a perfect accompaniment with this effect of 200% speed regression. I'm not gonna use it. Call O'Brien is a thing. Call O'Brien pop, that's probably what I'll be using. So it's whatever. Botany knowledge is a curious one, but it's a good one, right? While this change made the perk more appealing to the healers out there, it could be a little too powerful with medkits. To remedy this, Botany will receive a 20% efficiency penalty to medkits. While this may sound minor, bruh, what part of a fifth of your efficiency is gone? Or you're receiving a 20% efficiency penalty? That's a fifth. Bruh, what? Ask an alcoholic. They'll tell you that fifths matter. Bruh. Okay, though, yeah. The medkit will be consumed quicker, but you'll be healing at lightning speeds, so... The conspiracy theory, I think they're doing this to make it more, applicable for self-care pairing, right? Self-care is no longer giving you, healing item, efficiency. So no, it doesn't even help that. But like this 50% faster healing kinda, I think, would pair with self-care. I don't know, we'll see. Distortion, now it makes a sound whenever a token is used. This is going to be low-key the most useful perk you can ever use. Survive remains, start unlocking Jeff perks. That's all I'll say. Iron Will, TLDR, they're gonna be looking at survivors. The perk itself is not getting changed. It's not, but they're seeing concerns of the volume of certain survivors, Ace, and other louder ones. Some of the whammon in this game are very loud with their quite suggestive moans of pain. Sometimes it doesn't sound like they're in pain. Kinky behavior, the dev, not behavior as, you know. In a future update, we'll be reviewing the volume levels of each survivor's grunts to ensure that each of them can make use of this perk. So that seems like they're not raising aces, but they're lowering some of the louder ones, right? That's fine. Inner focus, you can now see friends' scratch marks better. Currently, inner focus allows you to see scratch marks of other survivors within 32 meters. We're removing the range requirement entirely. Cool. I haven't seen it used freaking ever. Whatever. We'll continue monitoring updates of the perks mid-chapter goes live and readjust as needed. Cool, cool, cool. Visual changes. None of this fucking matters. Prestige 7, 8, 9, you unlock a unique charm. Right now it looks like donkey doo-doo. Just plain red with a white icon. It looks fucking terrible. Going forward, it now looks like this. This is actually very spiffy, very nice. Very nice looking. I won't fucking use it. But it looks pretty neat, I guess. Character portraits. They look like Donkey Dong. They look terrible. Now they're making them look a little bit fancier. Again, this doesn't apply to me because a whole 5 killers will have this available, so I'm turning it off immediately. I feel like this should be something you earn along with these crest icons. That's what I just think. Like, it's cool that you're giving people something if they were, like, playing the game for fucking 6 years now. But I think getting something alongside of a charm that no one sees ever, including you, I think giving them something on this title screen would be neat. Or, you know, out of the box, a fucking cosmetic that everyone can see. That's just me, though. And last thing is prestige icons. The milestone 2s look pretty swanky, pretty neat. Bruh, I don't put blood points into people that I don't need them in. So I doubt I'm going to be getting past, like, not level 9, right? So none of this shit matters to me. But overall, a big ol' win for this. This mid-chapter keeps getting better and better. Hopefully we are only a week away. I cannot wait. I just can't wait. There's a lot of good shit coming to the channel once this happens. The return of Let's Learn, the return of Let's Kill With. Once Let's Learn is done, we're going to be jumping back into the Adept Killer Challenge. We're currently doing the Adept Survivors. Very good things are coming. I'm excited. So, if you're excited, hook that like button, more the subscribe button, bing bong that bell, and until next time, I'll see you in the fog. Good luck.